In Houston, we get hit with tropical disturbances, sometimes hurricanes. Sometimes the grid goes down, and we rely on electricity to open and close our garage doors. When the power goes out, we can sometimes get stuck, or the car or truck gets stuck in the garage, and we don't know how to get it out. So I've asked my garage door expert, Adam Greer from Easy Lift Garage Doors and More, to join me here on Checker Pro Radio to help us out with this. Adam, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Living the dream, as you like to say. How are you?
There you go. I'm living the dream. So you and I both know that this happens. It happened recently in Houston, where we both happen to be located. The power goes out to millions of people, and they're like pressing the button. And they're like, oh, yeah, the power's out. How do I open my garage door? How do I get my car or truck out? What are the options?
Uh-huh. We've that has been the constant call now for 2 weeks. Just heard this morning, and there's still over 100,000 people without power. It's crazy. So the first thing is to get out is to say pull the red cord.
Hmm.
Problem with that is certain models, I'll leave it nameless, but there are models out there that when there's forward pressure on that door, which keeps it closed, it won't allow you to release that cord. It's an issue that should have been addressed for a long time. So we get those phone calls. So I'm pulling the cord. I can't get it. We can't hardly get it. What we have to do is come out and actually pull the pin on the arm to get the release. So it's not, to me, that's a danger. So if you can't release your cord by a simple tug, call us. We'll get you the right opener. But if you have like a Lift Master, which really our go-to brand, it's a simple pull of the cord. There's a quick release, get you a one-time open and close type of thing. Or if you pull down and then while it's down, pull it back, it'll lock the trigger. It's kind of hard to explain maybe right now on the radio, but it'll lock the trigger open so that it won't reattach if you're out for several hours or days or even weeks. Then the problem is we're getting all these phone calls now. Our power's back on. We can't reconnect our door. And that's actually more simple than it sounds. And we walk people through that on the phone. Simply hit that cord. It'll release it back to, it'll respring the trigger and then just actually operate your opener. It'll find it and catch. It's usually that simple, unless you have that other opener we already referred to. That one doesn't reconnect well. There's a couple of them like that. So, but in theory, pull the cord, manual, power comes back on, let it reconnect, and you're good to go. Solution is to go with a battery operated opener. The only issue with that is it's about 72 hours of battery life of use. We're now into what, week 2.5, heading to week 2 now? Or are we in week 3 since the hurricane? Something like that. It feels like it's been forever. And you're not recharging that battery, so you're back to manual mode anyway. So it's a temporary solution if we have your standard power outages, but may not be the permanent.
Yeah. So first option is pull the cord, and if it's operating correctly, you should be able to disengage your garage door from the opener and manually open and close it. And if the spring is doing its job properly and everything's balanced, it should be easy to open and close the door. There's always the risk of that door slamming down when you disengage it if the spring is not wound to where it should be. Why don't you touch upon that?
Yeah, that's actually a really big danger right there. The opener is not really designed to lift, to labor. It's supposed to guide a balanced door. A balanced door is simply you'll take your fingertip, open and close the door. Wherever you let go, it should hold its position. If it falls even a few inches before it settles back down, that's a sign that it's getting weaker. If it falls more than that, you're on the verge of either full failure or it's really time to get a tune-up. So the issue where it becomes a safety, if the power runs out with the door open, you'll pull the cord thing, shut it, and the door slams all the way to the ground. That is a horrible thing. So you should have your system checked at least once a year, safety inspection, maintenance to make sure that door is balanced well.
Yeah. Have Adam and his team from Easy Lift Garage Doors and More come out and do a tune-up and balance everything, lube everything up. Also, some of those bolts and the screws come loose over time. The whole system can move over one way or the other. And over time, you're looking for a problem. You can actually cause damage to the panels in your door, and it's not necessary if you get your doors maintained.
Correct.
Adam.
And you could damage your opener.
And you can damage your opener, and it's dangerous to your pets, your children, and yourself.
Yes.
As always, Adam, thank you so much for joining me today here on Checo Pro Radio.
My pleasure. Thank you.